Hi.
Aê!
Hi,
Gente, quanto
Rodrigo.
tempo eu não vejo esse menino ao vivo?
Também. É bem
Tudo
ao
bem?
vivo, né? Aham. Você?
Tudo jóia. Trabalhando muito, a
Eu também.
filharada
Dando trabalho?
só crescendo, graças a
Assim,
Deus.
assim é bom. Assim é
Como
bom.
é que estão as coisas por aí?
Tudo bem, graças a Deus, cara. Apesar dos
Isso.
pesares dessa pandemia aí, tá tudo bem.
Pois é, cara, essa pandemia a gente tem. Eu tenho dois lados da pandemia. A pandemia valorizou o ensino à distância, né?
Uhum,
Que é uma
uhum.
coisa que desde que você estudava comigo, você já tá ao contrário agora.
Ah, desculpa.
Desde que
Ah,
você
já.
estudava comigo, você já sabia que eu trabalhava com isso desde 2000 e pouco, comecinho dos anos 2000, e agora explodiu, né? E eu tô com muito trabalho em São Paulo, graças a Deus.
Que
E
bom.
agora o canal do YouTube crescendo também, mexendo com esse negócio de inglês. E a gente vai falando e vai fazendo e vai trazendo as pessoas para atestar o trabalho e falar de inglês.
Uhum.
Mas eu
É,
acho que
e eu acho que as pessoas aproveitaram essa pandemia para dar uma reciclada, achar
sim,
um pouco mais de tempo.
sim,
As pessoas, principalmente de cidades maiores, por exemplo, São Paulo, né?
sim,
Elas não têm mais o problema do trânsito, né? Uma grande
sim,
maioria está trabalhando em casa, então eles não têm mais o problema
sim,
do trânsito. Então aquele tempo acabou ficando um tempo que sobrou para eles, né? E aí a
exato,
pessoa investiu em treinamento, em
exato.
aprender alguma coisa, uma outra língua, alguma coisa assim, né? Pelo menos eu acho, eu entendo
Sim.
mais ou menos por aí.
Olá, tudo bem? Tem cara conhecido aqui, ó. Então, mas vamos falando em português até o pessoal entrar, porque eles demoram um pouquinho para entrar mesmo.
Aham.
Então, mas para a escola, Júlio, foi assim, maravilhoso, sabe? Na minha parte, eu saí da escola dia 9 de março e não voltei até agora e não vou voltar esse ano. Mas eu tô trabalhando muito online, é o que você falou. Isso tudo trouxe uma nova visão para aprender inglês. Na minha opinião, eu consigo transformar as aulas de inglês de uma forma muito mais dinâmica online. Porque eu dou duas opções para o aluno, o Zoom ou o Skype. E outra coisa, tem o que a gente chama de preço do interior, né?
Uhum.
Que os paulistanos ficam impressionados. Mas deixa eu te apresentar em inglês, para a gente aí, começando que o pessoal está
Ok.
indo. Hello everyone, I'm here with a new live and with a very dear friend of mine. We know each other in ages,
Yeah.
ever since we're little, because our parents were and are still friends, because my father worked at a bank and his father was also in the club that we would go. So we know each other since we were children. And
Yeah.
then I opened my school, and Júlio started to be my student, and he studied with me for 2 or 3 years, and then he moved
Three.
out to his new city now. But I want you to know that this guy has wonderful English, because one thing that I need to say is that Brazilian, only according to Google, only 5% of the Brazilian population speaks English. And
Yeah.
Júlio is a guy who deals with technical situations. He loves computers. And I want him to tell you about him, who he lives, what he does. And my dear friend, the floor is yours. You can say whatever you wish. Nice to have you
Okay.
here.
Thank you. Nice to invite me to this conversation, to this live. I was very afraid because uh, I was scared. Okay, to be sure, I was scared because I don't practice my English every day. I don't talk with in English every day. I I'm always I'm reading something or writing something, but
Mm-hmm.
talking is the, is not so often.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't talk
You
every
you
time.
don't practice conversation very
Yeah,
much.
no. I just
Mm,
press conversation when some English teachers and Americans are here in
yeah,
Itapeva. Then we talk in English and we learn
yeah,
Portuguese, and she learn English for us.
yeah.
And but I I appreciate that you invite me because I
Mm-hmm.
need this. I need to practice.
Of course.
I think that you must know everything about grammar, about talking very well, listen very well, but you don't talk. I think that it's a piece of the learning is is faltando, is not uh,
Missing.
is missing. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Uh, I'm living in Itapeva now. It's a
Uh-huh.
small city in the São Paulo state.
Mm-hmm.
A small city, but it's bigger than PALMITAL. Okay,
Of course.
we have 100,000 people here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm working. I have a company, a small company. The company is
Yeah.
just me, me and myself. I
Me, my
do everything.
that's
Me
the
and
comp.
myself. I do everything in my
Yeah.
company. I'm the CAO. I am the CTO. I am
The
the
COO.
cleaner.
All the
The
O's you are.
yeah, I'm the cleaner. I'm everything in
Wow.
this company.
Mm-hmm.
I work most of the time
Mm-hmm.
remotely
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
my clients, for my customers,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very uh, for me is comfortable work
Mm-hmm.
remotely and learn remotely
Mm-hmm.
because I have a lot of courses
Of course.
that I did remotely
Mm-hmm.
and was very fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good way to learn and to teach something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that you are a person you can teach because you helped me a lot with computers while you were living in Palmital. I miss that you're not here anymore because I don't have anyone to run to. But I can say that when I taught you English during 3 years, it was very easy to see the way that you would learn. You were what we call today a fast learner. And although you don't speak English very much, as you told me just then, I can see that you still have the same structure that I taught you so many years ago. You know, because I am now a 42-year-old boomer. Boomer is a new slang to say an
Okay.
old person. And when we studied together, I remember that it was always after your work. You would leave your work and you would come to my house to study English.
Yeah.
And it was very easy because some people have the gift of learning English because we know that English is a code. And you learn that code very well. You might be a little, as you say, I don't think so, a little bit rusty about talking. Hi, Aaron, my friend from Italy just arrived. Bring your questions. This is Júlio. He was my student and he's a dear friend. So, and thank you everybody who's there. Might be some friends of yours also. Um, and as I was saying, you have the gift of learning, maybe because of studying computer science or getting deep studies into computers or whatever. But what do you think is the most important thing when we study together? What could you see? What was the difference? What do you think is the difference between a native teacher of English and a non-native teacher of English?
Yeah. I think that not native teacher.
Mm-hmm.
They they know he knows our difficult. He knows how the words that we say wrong because we
Mm-hmm.
have our accent, and then
Mm-hmm.
a no native, the no native,
Mm-hmm.
it's so stranger to say that, but the no native, the no native teacher, uh, he is able to identify the really difficult that we have.
Mm-hmm.
A native, they don't
Mm-hmm.
see this kind of problems because
Mm-hmm.
it's so. I work for I work for I do some freelancers for people
Mm-hmm.
in Australia. I have job interviews with people from California, from Tennessee, from Malaysia, from
France.
and this kind of and the people that
Uh-huh.
the native people, for example, California and Tennessee, when we were talking
Mm-hmm.
in this job interview, I of of course I apologize for my English, because I'm not native, and
Mm-hmm.
this kind of people never say that your English is bad
Of
because
course.
they are understanding what are you talking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
it's it's the same for us when Americans here
Try
and
Port.
this American try to speak in Portuguese.
Yeah.
We understand what these
Mm-hmm.
people is talking.
Mm-hmm.
Then the no native
Mm-hmm.
teacher,
Mm-hmm.
he can feel the
Mm-hmm.
words, the grammar difficult that you
Mm-hmm.
have, because it's for us that not know they know, that are
Natives.
yeah,
Yeah.
for us, for Brazilians, for example,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we think in Brazilian Portuguese, then we talk in English. At,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, in the beginning,
Yeah.
at
Every
least.
English learner does that. Let me say hello to my friend Zobeir from Iran. Nice to have you here. Start bringing your questions. I want to say that Júlio is a tech guy, let's say so. He's a has a profound knowledge on computer science, and he's very intelligent and smart. Fatima, my dear friend from Dourados, is here too. And Julio, when we study together, what could you see? How what I taught you has helped you in your career?
I
English,
remembered.
what
I
I mean.
remember that then I have a great difficulty with phrasal verbs. Yeah,
Phrase verbs, yeah.
phrasal
Mhm.
verbs. Yeah. And you always make a big effort to teach me that
Mhm.
this kind of thing, the phrasal
Mhm.
verbs.
Yeah.
And today I don't have this kind of difficult
Anymore.
anymore because sometimes I watch movies without subtitles,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of phrasal verbs. Then I can understand. I can
Mhm.
understand. Okay,
Mhm.
and the way that you teach me was so different because
Mhm.
you always bring to me a music, you always bring to me a movie, soap opera,
Mhm.
always in English, and this is so good to understand where the words are used, where the
Mhm.
words, the right way to use the words, the way that the Americans use some expressions and something like this.
Yeah.
So good. I have good teachers before you
That's
too.
so
Okay,
nice.
okay.
Yeah.
But you are the last
Mhm.
teacher,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I'm so glad because I think that you are the best for me. For
Oh,
the
thank
teachers that I had,
you.
you were the best. You are the
Hmm.
best for me.
Hmm.
Okay.
Thank you. It's very nice to hear these words, but I keep teaching the same way. And now, with this pandemic, as you said, I have a lot of students
I
from
I
Paulo.
I remember one
Uh,
thing. We don't
uh,
have books. We don't have
yeah,
book.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just have a note,
Station.
and
Yeah,
yeah, but I don't have book to
no.
follow.
Hmm. Hmm.
It
Hmm.
was so good, so good, so good.
Yeah, yeah.
And beside of after all, uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
you are so good in grammar. It's
Hmm.
important because some people just learn to talk, just learn to read something, but
Hmm.
the grammar is not good.
Yeah.
Grammar is not good.
Some people,
And in business, this is make difference in
yeah.
business.
Some people really hate grammar, when you tell them that they have to learn grammar. Oh no, grammar is a nightmare. But one thing that I can say is that, first of all, thank you for your kind words. But I keep teaching the same way up until today. And as I was saying, I have now 6 students from Sao Paulo who work with IT. Six of
Okay.
them work with IT. So
I think that in IT, in technology,
mhm,
uh, after after all
mhm,
things, all
mhm,
things, you must know English.
mhm.
It's obligation to know English.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it
because
really is.
all the code that you make
Mhm,
is in English.
mhm,
All the tutorials, all the documentation, the best of documentation, the best of tutorials, the best of the videos are
mhm,
in English.
mhm.
Then you the for example, when you go to
Sorry to
find
stop you. I'm sorry to stop you.
a new language,
Yeah,
documentation is always in English.
yeah, of course. Zobeida, you can ask a computer-related question. Julio might help you, okay? But bring the question that he answers for you if he knows, because maybe there are some tricky questions that we don't even know how to ask them.
Yeah.
But while Zobeida writes her question, I have something that I have to tell you that really touched me. And two, I think some 2 years ago, you texted me saying, like, I have this message up until today. I don't think you remember that. But some 2 years ago, you texted me saying, thank you for being my teacher because today I had a comment that made me remember you. It was something like that. I'm trying to translate because you wrote me in Brazilian Portuguese. Because today I had to speak in English and I could see that my English is still good. And that's part of that is because of you. And it was very touching. It was such a kind message that I have the print of this message up until today. So there are.
I remember. I think I was in a conference of
Mm-hmm,
programmers,
yeah.
and one of
Mm-hmm,
the speaker was talking in English.
mm-hmm.
All the speaker was in English. Then
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
nice to see that, to listen, to
Yeah.
understand what they are talking.
Yeah.
So good, so
But
good.
let me tell you something. I have a YouTube channel now. It's really so important. I'm ending the season of interviews. I have 3 more to go, and then I'm going live teaching English to people and doing short videos as well. But for me, I love the channel. I love that people are enjoying the channel. But the channel is a portfolio for my work, you know. So because what happened? You watched the interview. Brent Watson from American English with this guy invited me for an interview, and then he turned my life around. You know, he turned my life around. People started to know me. I have a student from Taiwan. If you and I also deal with exchange students, but I will keep doing the channel because I love this interaction. Now I'm going live, but I really love teaching. Teaching is in my veins, you know, to see people breaking the code, because English is a code.
Yeah.
So when people break that code and start to understand, uh, as you said, the new students that I have, I try not to use books. The only thing that I have with them is Zoom or Skype and a blank page from Word, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so from the Word software. And I asked them, why you want to learn today? So then I start breaking the content for them in pieces, and then they start learning and connecting the pieces, because as Bob the Canadian said in part one of my interview, English learning or language learning is like a puzzle. You go
Yeah.
assembling the pieces together, and then you start to learn. And it's very nice. It's a very nice recognition for me when the students start to learn, you know. Let me see the question from Zobeda and I finish. I think when I use Android apps on laptop, it slows my laptop speed. Is it possible?
Android apps on laptop slows the speed of my laptop. Yeah, it's possible because this kind of app is just is is developed for Android, for cell phones, for
Mm-hmm.
this kind of platform. It's not for laptops. Laptops is a different platform of iPhones, for Android, for cell phones in general. Then I think this is possible because the kind of when you develop a app is different when you develop a web application, for example, or a software that run in desktop. It's different. I think it's possible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope he answered your questions, Zobeda. If you have some more, just bring. And as I was telling you, Julio, the people are talking to me to have classes with me because of all the exposition that I'm having on YouTube as well. But by the fact that I don't have books, I don't use books with them, as you said. Because, of course, whatever they need from books, I can teach them. Like, if they need to learn the conjugation of some verb or how some verb works, I can teach them there. They don't need to be worried about learning grammar most of the time, because what someone wants to do when they learn English is do what we're doing. We talk, we start talking, and then we go. But as you said, every grammar is very important because you have to know the connection of the language. That you start with a pronoun, and then you come with a verb, and then the rest of the sentence. You know, the complements, the adjectives, the whatever you need. But they feel like very happy when they don't need to buy books, you know, to learn English. And people ask me, what do I need to do to have classes with me? It's very easy. You have to send me a WhatsApp message or through Instagram, and we start having classes. Um, in the platform, as you said, I use either on computer. Actually, I use computer all the time to teach now. But it's very easy. And for me, what is important is bringing someone like you who studied with me so many years ago and still keep a great English and can use it. Because the career that you chose for you, you have to read a lot in English,
Yeah.
if I'm
Every
not
day.
mistaken, right?
Every
Because
day.
it's new. You still deal with Linux platform or whatever you
Yeah.
need now?
I work with Linux in servers that
Mm-hmm.
I did the administration.
Yeah.
But my computer here is a MacBook because I
Mm-hmm.
don't have time to configure it, and I have a simple operation system to
Mm-hmm.
work. But in
Mm-hmm.
servers, I just work with Linux.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I use Windows. I have clients that
Yeah.
like Windows, and some from 1 2 years I'm working more with development of software.
Yeah. Yeah.
Software. I'm dedicating a lot of time for this
Yeah.
job. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and one thing that I would like to remember that
Mm-hmm.
when I studied with you, I
Mm-hmm.
passed. I was approved. Better, I was approved in TOEFL 2 times, in
Mm-hmm.
2 levels. Do you remember? I
Mm-hmm.
remember when I did the first test in TOEFL. Uh, the room there I was making the
Mm-hmm.
testing was empty. Was of
Yeah.
was full. Sorry, was full
Mhm.
of people that lived in another country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I never went to another country, neither Paraguay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I was approved. I was approved.
Hmm.
Approved.
Of course, because for somebody who doesn't know, TOEFL is a test of English as a foreign language. So for anybody who wants to do some kind of studies or need to go to university outside of their country, TOEFL is the top number one test that they ask. TOEFL or TOEIC. So these are both the biggest tests in the area, and it's not an easy test. It's not an easy test. You have to take like a at least 6 months of preparation. You know, and what
Was
Júlio is saying is that he was a Brazilian taking the TOEFL and he got a good score. You know, so what I can say is that you have been. I said it and I'm going to say it again. You have always been dedicated on what you do. So you're a great computer guy. In while you were studying English and that you still is even by yourself, I am sure that you do your best. So that's why you got so many good grades on TOEFL, you know. And I think the TOEFL test is important for everyone. It doesn't matter if you want to test your English, what level you are. I think taking the TOEFL is really necessary,
yeah,
you know. So I don't know. I think, as you said, studying English is important in any area. It doesn't matter the area that you
yeah.
are. Studying English is crucial. You know, the person needs to do it.
The word is connected. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
you can make it. You can make
Mm-hmm.
business with people from all over the world
Yeah.
because you have this kind of platform. You have internet. You have ways to talk in the real time with people
Yeah.
when you have something. I work for a company. This
Mm-hmm.
company, I work 2 hours per day for this
Mm-hmm.
company every day on Monday until Friday, two
Mm-hmm.
2 hours per day. This
Mm-hmm.
company is in São Paulo, but the owner, he lives in Texas, in
Mm-hmm.
Texas, and everybody work remotely. Everybody,
Mm-hmm.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Some people I never saw in my life. I never had a contact. And
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
the the work, the things works fine.
And I'm curious now, how did they find you?
I I worked in another company for. He was a director in that in another company.
Mm-hmm.
Then he was fired, and this company I worked until now for them. But I worked for this other company, this ex director. This ex
Mm-hmm.
director moved to Texas,
Yeah.
and his son built this new company here in São Paulo. Then I
Mm-hmm.
work for for them, for the both companies now, doing
Yeah,
the same job.
that's great. That's great. People meet people and they start creating a connection. So that we call networking today. The word is networking.
Yeah,
So it's really great. Um, so I'm here with my friend Júlio. If you guys have any more questions about his area, about English, I want to say again, please find my channel on YouTube. Everybody who's watching is Rod, the Brazilian English teacher. That I I put Rod because it was hard to say Rodrigo to most of the people, and as I said, American English with this guy start calling me Rod because it was
yeah,
easier, and then I put the Brazilian English teacher because it's really important to me. I'll always be a Brazilian English teacher. I'm gonna be a native Brazilian who teaches English. So uh, in the channel you'll see a lot of interviews that I did with some people, and I'm going to start recording short videos now. I think the first one will be out tomorrow or Monday, and if you want to have classes with me, also the informations are all there, and we can talk and set a pre-meeting before. Júlio, it was a pleasure to be with you. Thank you for taking your Sunday and not being with your wife and enjoying your Sunday, just to your Saturday. Sorry, I'm
Saturday.
getting older. Today's Saturday. I'm getting old.
this this
Enjoy your Saturday. I told you I was a boomer
this
before.
pandemic. This pandemic is messing
Yeah,
our mind, our
this
time, our
pandemic
mind.
killing us because I don't know when it's Monday, when it's Tuesday, when it's Wednesday.
Yeah,
But thank you very much. It was really nice to see you. Thank you for your kind words. And let's not miss each other again and keep talking always. It's
yeah.
always a pleasure to be with you.
I
Okay?
appreciate it so much, Rodrigo. Thank you for inviting me. And sorry for something. Okay,
No, no problem.
but
Sorry.
I appreciate so much to talk with you, Rodrigo. You are my
Yeah,
friend.
yeah. It's
After
always
all, you are my friend.
it's
My
always a
friend,
pleasure. And
and
I
and
started. Go ahead.
and you are always my best teacher of English.
Thank
Okay.
you. Let me just say something. When I started doing this series of interviews, your name was always there, because
Oh,
I always remember of course, I want to bring the good cases to Instagram because I work on both platforms, on Instagram and on YouTube. And it's so amazing. Your name was always there because I know you are a great friend. You know how much I like you. Your wife, we don't see each other in a long time, but
thank you.
I want you to know that you're never forgotten. You're always remembered. And when I started doing this series of interviews, I said, I want to bring Júlio in any way. And I talked to you and I said, let's go. It's going to be fun, you know. So thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you to your wife, Leticia, for being with me for half an hour or so. It was really fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rodrigo. Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you
I'm
for,
I'm here. I'm here if you need. If you want to
of course.
talk more,
Thank you.
you can
Thank you.
call me again.
Yeah. If you need me, I'm one message away from you. Just text me that I'm there. All right?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your Saturday. Now I said it
Yeah.
right, not
Enjoy
Sunday.
enjoy
Enjoy
your weekend.
Saturday. Yeah, I have to. do some more work, but I am a family guy now as well. I have to
Uh,
much more. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Rodrigo. Thank you.
Very nice to see you. Bye bye. Thank you,
Bye bye.
everybody. Bye.